Yeah, here we are in the wood with Henry Wood, which is how does your name in any way impact your career choice?
Well, firstly, I had to spend so much money on buying my last name. It was a massive PR stunt.
Yeah.
No, was it my career choice? No, I was born this way. Born this way. Yeah, my brother's a tree surgeon as well.
Is he actually?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Which helped, I think, because there was always wood laying around to get my teeth into.
Yeah, amazing. So to start with, obviously, I know anyone who's listening to it doesn't. Tell us about what you do, what you spend your time doing, what you enjoy.
So I spend a ridiculous amount of time carving explorers for my sculpture practice. I love doing it. So they're figurative works. How do you want me to go?
Mate, keep going, just go. Just as if I'm also...
Okay.
Nell's spoken to you about all this stuff. I haven't. So I'm actually also genuinely really want to know.
Cool. So I spend a lot of time carving sculptural pieces, and I'm a woodworker. I go around the country collecting beautiful, delicious bits of timber that then I make into either abstract works or figurative works. And for the last 8 or 9 years, I've been focused on a project called We Went to Mars, and it was a disaster.
Oh, really?
Where it's a narrative set in the future, because I love it as sci-fi. Yeah. And we build a colony on Mars, and for 1,000 years, it strives, and it's a huge success. And then from nowhere, it goes quiet one day. And on Earth, we don't have the resources to go up and find out what's happened. And so it's forgotten about. And then another 1,000 years passes, and we do eventually remember, and we go back up, and we start excavating. And the things that we excavate and bring back to Earth are the things that I make.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
So they're like future artifacts, but they're all hand carved out of wood.
Mate, that's amazing. That is, I didn't know anything about that, and that is one of the coolest things I've ever heard.
Thank you, mate.
That is genuinely insanely cool. I love that idea.
Yeah, so there's
these... Why is it a failure?
We don't know. So we're piecing, so through each piece that I make, a small part of the story's revealed.
Ah, fine.
Yeah.
Well, you said disaster.
Not failure. Yeah, so it was a disaster. So something at the moment, I mean, we're 8 years in, and I've probably carved maybe 20 explorers. It's something that I kind of come back to. And we figured out there was giant mining operations there, and then they were also biohacking like fauna and flora, because we've got these giant representations of fungi and mushrooms and all sorts of...
Amazing. Who's we?
Who's we? The Institute of Outer Body Works. That's the institute in charge of sorting out all these artifacts that come into Earth and sort of restoring them. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And how did you form that idea initially? What was the spark that was like, yeah, this is it?
I've always, to tell you that I'd be interested in space would be a lie, because I'm not actually that bothered, but I really like sci-fi. I just love narrative-based projects, and I'm like a project person. I'm in the lineage of like old guys in sheds, you know, just like working away on a project over an evening. Yeah. I feel like that's very
so
me.
Good.
Yeah.
Because what you're making really does like take an incredible amount of time, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So if I'm not in my day job, then I'm...
And your day job is also creative, right?
It is, yeah. I'm a photography teacher. Yeah, I'm an art teacher.
That's
just
brilliant.
In the trenches.
Yeah, that's so great. Do many of your students know about your nighttime activities?
Yeah, I think so. I think most of them probably couldn't care. I think
Really?
No, they do. I think what I get from my job, from the sculpture practice, that energy I bring into work. So, like, it's something that charges my battery, and then with that, I'm able to do my job better. Yeah, to teach better, because
That's right,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and I also have more followers on Instagram than all of them, which I used just to beat them down
Yeah,
all
well
the
done.
time.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because they're all just working towards that.
That's that's a Gen Z goal, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. That is really good. So, is there, like, that project sounds amazing.
Thanks, man.
And it is amazing, and the work is beautiful. But what was the path, other than obviously, being born into wood?
Yeah.
What was your path into doing what you do?
Oh, like, what's my law?
Yeah.
You want to know the law?
Yeah.
Well, settle in. No, my background, I've always made stuff, and I've always drawn. I've always just had to do something. I've just been not compelled, but I feel like if I didn't do anything, I'd probably get pretty sad. Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm on track, I'm happy, and if I'm not, then yeah, it's not good. So I've always made, and then I went to uni and did an illustration course, which is where the narrative stuff comes in.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be an illustrator because I had too many of my own ideas.
Yeah, cool.
And like just to follow my own inklings, I suppose. Yeah. And then I went to Sweden, met I worked for a woodworker out there, this like old French Canadian guy called Pierre on this little island called Fier de Homona. And then he really turned me on to making things with wood. And then from there, it's just been like...
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
So my dad studied illustration and creates lots of beautiful worlds, and I'll have to show you a project he's working on.
Oh, I love that.
But I think it's really cool how, and he's sort of done similar, he makes huge installations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think anyone who takes like a narrative and creates a world and then can actually turn that into something real is really, really special. And I think because, I think a lot of people, always, imagine if we did that. Oh, this idea would be amazing. But it's just so special when people actually like create something.
Yeah. So, I think it could be really powerful. And all power to your dad as well for doing that. It takes a lot.
It is. Yeah. I mean, my dad's stuck at it for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
And
is he still making work?
Yeah. He's just potentially working on making a giant theatre.
Really?
Draw and cut out, and he does these like just all kinds of different stuff, but a lot of it's either very big or very small. Mm-hmm. So he'll do like an illustration that's
like tiny,
or he'll make a pirate ship that's the size of
wow.
That,
Yeah. And is it community-based stuff, or is it is it bit of
it,
like performance,
like he's done so he's made giant shadow puppet theatres. He's done all kinds of incredible stuff. But
I love that.
I'll show you later.
Yeah. He probably is there's a really interesting book called Engineers of the Imagination, because my dad. So part of what I do is my dad was really into community arts as well, and so we build like, big Chinese dragons, or like as kids, like I love like building costumes and all that side of things. And that's something that I want to get back into. That's
really cool. Did you meet Matt at the Maker's Yard thing?
The Curlew. Yeah, what a legend.
Amazing. So my dad helped him with that and helped him paint it.
Yeah, and that form of art is so special, and it's so endangered in the UK, of that community-based arts. And I think it's really important, but I also think it's seen a comeback as well.
Yeah, so my dad, he studied under Quentin Blake at Royal College.
Wow.
And they kind of were involved in getting the big draw started.
So
my dad was at the formation of that and has done I can't remember how many since, but dozens.
Yeah.
So it's a big community art thing. So, back to you.
Yeah, I just want to talk about your dad.
Yeah, no, we'll get there. When you're working on your sculptures, how much of what you're making is like planned out, you really know in your head, or because obviously working with wood is like a, you know, it's slightly, it's an art. It's not a science. Does your design change as you're working with it, or do you kind of stick to a fairly consistent theme?
Yeah, I'd say firstly that I'm like quite a voracious sketchbook keeper. I'm always drawing in sketchbooks, and although I don't plan my finished works, I do refer constantly back to my sketchbook, and because I like to work quite fluidly and quite intuitively, as the process kind of like unfolds. I do have, you know, the brief is make an explorer or make a thing, and it'll be whatever's in my sketchbook that informs that, but it won't be a finished design. In the same way that a piece of furniture will have quite a, you know, will be planned and have a method to, and that's, for me, that's it. It's a different, I do like making furniture and I do like working like that as well, but this is a different way of working. So it's quite intuitive.
So you've got kind of a framework, but you've got a framework in your head. Because you need some kind of constraint to a degree, right? You've got to have like some kind of pathway, but then you're just kind of feeling it as it goes.
as it goes, and I really like that.
That's sick.
Playfulness. Yeah, I do.
Really nice. Really nice.
Yeah, and that's what keeps it exciting for me.
Yeah.
And interesting.
Otherwise it would be frightfully dull.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite interesting. Like a lot of the time in my life I've done, you know, so I used to do fly tying, and I used to do like fly tying competitions and stuff like that, and tie, like these really intricate, beautiful flies. And then I started like tying flies for people to buy, and now I never want to tie a fly again in my life.
Really?
Know? Yeah, because you suddenly just do the same thing over and over again. And you're just like, oh, this is just painful.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. Even the thing you love the most can become arduous.
So do you like
the
conceptual side of making a thing, or do you like the craft? Well, it sounds like you like the conceptual side, but the craft of like being able to do something over and over and over again.
I don't like the repetition. Yeah, I really struggle with that. Like, I'm definitely an ideas person.
Yeah.
I like to come up with an idea. I'm pretty good at getting an idea started, and then I need someone like Nell who can come in and like make that actually continually happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's how anything we do continues to happen, basically. It's because Nell actually makes it happen.
Yeah. And that's the most solid.
Even when I used to draw a lot and stuff like that, the amount of like half finished pictures I've got is like unbelievable.
Because you'd be on to the next one.
Yeah, because I just have another idea and just be like on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So what this is a Wildish view, we're out in nature, you know, we always want to know where people feel most at home in nature, because you're from the Isle of Man, right?
Yeah, I am.
And is there a space that you really feels like home to you in that natural environment?
On the island,
or anywhere. It could be anywhere. Like
I could tell you a couple. So there's a glen. So we've got these incredible glens at home, a little bit like here, you know, woodlands, and often with like a little river swimming through. There's an amazing place called Cornay. It's unreal. It is like being in Jurassic Park. It's got this unbelievable. First and foremost, it runs down to the beach, and it's got an incredible beach, and it's a stony beach, and it's just undulating stones, and there's a really lovely old cottage on the side. It's the kind of place you wouldn't feel like it existed until you went, and then. There's a woodland path up this river, and then it comes out into this like really beautiful pool that you can jump off the rocks into and spend an afternoon there, and it's just it is magic. Just float around this pool, you know, and it's all covered in trees, and it's hidden. It's so secretive. It's a good spot. Yeah.
So would you say kind of the natural world's been like quite a big part of your life?
Yeah, pretty formative. Yeah. I mean, where I'm from on the island, there's not much there.
fair. So it's,
Yeah, we were
that's
kind
it,
of
yeah.
left to it.
Do you think that's kind of sculpted your work?
Oh yeah. I think being from a world where people bodged, not in a woodwork way, but in a like fix things up themselves kind of way, and we never had cinemas or flipping McDonald's or nothing like that, so we'd just be constantly making dens or setting things on fire or digging holes and pushing each other in, and I think that definitely yeah, there's a lot of that, which is good.
Yeah, it's great.
And I think I moved to London when I was 18. I actually really struggled with that because it was a world where it's all very constrained and
Cool.
yeah.
It is. I lived in London for a year and it did not go well.
Did you not like it?
No. We saw the dragonfly again.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Spirit animal.
Yeah. I really struggled. I really struggled in London. I also think it's because I just really couldn't afford to live in London. Like I was working in a fishing shop and that was a challenge. You know.
Yeah. Oh, where was the fishing shop?
Pall Mall.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I saw one in South London yesterday,
Yeah.
and it was like it's called something like Geezers Anglers. And I was
Really?
like,
That's great.
so it wasn't for you.
No, it wasn't for me. I like genuinely really struggle when I'm not in these environments. Like,
Yeah.
I need to have this really close by.
Yeah.
Or I just sort of self-combust.
How did you guys find the move up to Pateley Bridge?
Loved it.
Loved
Yeah.
it. Did you know
Yeah, I
straight
mean, it's not-
off? Like you were like, this is for me.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it did. Like, I'd been there quite a bit before. Nell took a pretty big punt and just was like, yeah, sure, I'll move to the middle of nowhere in North Yorkshire and,
Yeah.
you know. And I think we really struggled for a while to meet people, but then when we started the shop and the Wildish Club and it just changed everything.
You guys have built the most amazing community.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah.
It's
And it's really facilitated my move up to Leeds.
yeah,
Definitely.
amazing.
It's made me feel, even though I haven't, I've only come up a couple of times, even just like
It's almost just knowing
in
that
spirit, just
people-
know
those
you guys
people
are up there. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
100%. Well, that's really cool, man. Thank you. It's we're very, very glad to have met you, and we're massively inspired by what you're doing. It's incredible.
Oh, same back.
So I've got a few questions in here
Yeah, go for it.
that are a little bit sort of different, but are quite fun. So you're explorers.
Yeah.
If you could, obviously they're from Mars, so they've done some travelling.
Oh, they've been about, yeah.
Yeah. But if you could send them anywhere on Earth right now, and you get to go with them, where would they go?
We're going to Volcano.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Why
Just
not?
In.
Just in, because obviously no outcomes. You'd be fine.
Well,
It'd
yeah,
be fine.
absolutely fine. I can
Made of
breathe.
wood, not a problem.
Breathe under lava.
Yeah, fine. I like it. We'll do that.
would,
We'll stick to that.
Okay.
How does working with your hands, and you've kind of already touched on this, how does working with your hands change the way you think or feel? It's maybe a bit vague, that one.
Makes me feel sometimes like I'm missing out on the world. It makes me feel a bit FOMO because I spend an awful lot of time making what I make. It also makes me feel, I'm trying to say it makes me feel human. I just feel human waking up in the morning. It makes me feel pretty good. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Makes me feel me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. I think that's something that people spend their whole lives trying to find sometimes.
Yeah, I think so.
Fun,
I think I've been quite lucky.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like part of my teaching job is to help kids find what makes them feel them.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Whether it's photography or art
Yeah.
or not.
Amazing. What's one object you carry with you everywhere? Or do you have one?
One object.
A tiny little whittling.
This tiny explorer.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That's really what I was
This
hoping for.
tiny crew.
Yeah. or not everywhere, but
one
like
object that I take
something that you just, or potentially something that you have that you really love.
Do I have it on me? I think it's in the car. I have quite a few actually. I've got a wallet that I found in Mexico City, and in the wallet there's a picture. I don't know if it's still there, but there's a picture of someone's nan.
That's
Yeah, I found the wallet.
So
And I've like adopted this guy's nan as like my spirit nan.
That's so good.
Yeah, I'm always like, all right, nan.
Yeah.
And then what else? As well, in the car, I feel like you're a trinket person or you're not, and unfortunately, I am a trinket.
You know what, mate? That's not that much of a shock.
Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, and
I feel like your work is like an incredibly beautiful, wonderful kind of, a lot of like the little bits you had at the Maker's Yard, the kind of, not the explorers, but the other things which, I think you explained it to me as like, it's just kind of whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, little anomalies. I mean, they're literally called anomalies.
Yeah.
Don't know what they are.
It's like a very, very nice trinket that you can put on your shelf.
Yeah, I really like ephemeral things.
Yeah.
Just ephemeral things like that you can assign or not assign any meaning to.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay.
So yeah, Mexican nan.
Mexican nan. I love it. What is your relationship like with mistakes or surprises in your work?
Depends how late of an evening I make that mistake, isn't it?
Because like, so, you know, watching my dad, like, for example, he kind of either just somehow blends it in or he makes it a feature. Which would you tend to err towards? I really like the work of David Nash, right? But being a figurative sculptor, you need to present an amount of finesse in your work. Like, so it needs to be a look, or I feel like it needs to have a certain, like a quality or a finish to it. Whereas, say someone like David Nash, who's like a big, so he's a wood artist, really formative wood artist for me. And he lives in Wales in his chapel, and he's like in his 90s, he's still making works, but he makes these giant pieces and they just crack and twist as they go. Yeah. And I saw some in Kew and they were all like flipping, they're massive and they were all like rotten, and I loved it for that he hadn't tried to, the wood was just doing wood. And so when my work cracks, which it does, I was working with a load of cherry and it was cracking, and I was loving it. I just let it go. I just let it do its thing. Yeah, but I can see where people who have an idea of what a finished sculpture, figurative sculpture would look like, would see that and go like, yeah, we don't know about that. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. I personally love it. I love seeing stuff that's just, I love seeing something where it's maybe not, whether it's incorporated into design or something like that, but just the natural movement of something, particularly if you're working with natural materials. Yeah. And I think there's like, depends what you're looking for. Like if you're like, mess ups are part of the process, because you're only a person, aren't you? You're going to mess up. And part of the skill of being a craftsperson or an artist is what you do with those. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And that's that. If you wanted something that was pristine, like put some prompts into ChatGPT. 100%. Yeah. Love that you're just stroking a nettle. Oh, there. Yeah. Like of any choice plant, you've just gone, oh, yeah, just stroke that nettle. I know, man. Well, okay. 140 of Cherokee, so. Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. Okay. Okay, last one. If you could leave one message carved on a tree for future explorers to find, what would it be? Oh, that's nice. It's just around the corner. Oh, is that a good one? I feel like I spent my whole childhood growing up. Sorry. If I could leave one message carved onto a tree, I'd be like the finish is just around the corner, or like I like that. It's just around the corner. I feel like that's very nice. Yeah. I think you're always just around the corner, aren't you? Yeah, and I think that like so often people stop doing something and actually success could just be, or whatever, an idea of success could just be around the corner.
Round the corner.
And actually you just have to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I think that's like such a nice way to think about life, is that it's just around the corner.
It is.
Because that means that you're never finished. You're always just thinking, cool.
Yeah.
Something else is coming next.
It's just coming. And I think you can't expect to finish. I really like that book, the Camus book, The Myth of Sisyphus. And it's always just, because I would always feel like I need to make it. You know, I'm like 36 now. When I was 24, when I thought where I'd be when I was 36, I thought I'd be like in flipping, like Freeze Fair and doing all these like multinational, I'm sure I'll get there, maybe, you know, big, massive art projects and da-da-da. And, but looking back, and I'd get frustrated, but looking back, the best thing I ever did was read that book and just drop that idea and just make work.
Yeah.
You know, make work
100%.
and just round the corner, like the finish is round the corner, this work finishes, and then have a little break and then get on with the next piece.
Something else around the corner.
Yeah, literally just round the corner, mate.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Beautiful. Henry, thank you for sitting in a wood with me and chatting about your work and life. And
Oscar, it has been an absolute pleasure.
mate, this has been lovely.
It's been lovely.
Oh, good.
I love it.
And it didn't rain.
Didn't it stop?
What a win.
And everything's got quite a
What
nice
win.
sheen to
It's
it.
actually quite nice. And there's midge around, but they're not biting us.
No, they won't.
No, they just
They're
just
like-
know that it's just not on.
The conversation
One
is
flew into
too
my ear
rich.
for a bit,
Did it?
and then it left.
I know, I'm so relaxed. I can just stroke nettles. I'm like...